All right, we are back and we've caught up with Grantt again, and the table has just exploded. It has been busy from the window upstairs. There's been a mob around the table the whole day, which is so good. Yes. So Grantt is going to take us on a quick run through of the rules so you guys can see it. So without further ado, we're going to give it to Grantt.
Okay, these are the rules for the assault on Hoth. In a game turn, you have two forces, the Rebels and the Imperials, and we split a game turn into 5 distinct phases. The first phase is the strategy phase. This is where all the units on the table are given a formation that will dictate what they're going to be doing in that turn and when they do it. In the strategy phase, a commander chooses from one of 3 formations for each of his units. You have Defend in green, Assault in red, and March in yellow. In order to assign a unit that particular formation, you take the token and you place it face down next to it so that your enemies can't see what you've chosen. So we're going to give Assault to the ATST, and we're going to give Defend to this unit of Rebel Commandos. Then we move on to the next phase. In this phase, we reveal the tokens, and any officer unit can give an order to a friendly unit. So we'll take this and we'll give that to these Rebel Commandos here from this Rebel officer. After the reveal phase, we then enter activation phases where units will start doing things on the battlefield, and they follow a very strict order. Defensive units move first, units in assault formation move second, and any units in a march formation move last. So in this situation, the Rebels are going to activate first. In a defense formation, they get to move and fire, so they're going to shuffle up ever so slightly closer, get into firing positions, and then they get to make an attack. In their defensive formation, the Rebels are rolling 4 dice, and they need to score a 5 or more to hit. If we'd chosen assault, they'd roll more dice, and they'd have a better score. So when they roll, we can see here we've got 2 successes. 6s explode in this game, so we have those 2 successes, and we roll another dice for the 6, which unfortunately is a miss in this occasion, but might have got an extra hit. Those 2 hits are passed over to the ATST, which then makes an armor roll. Because it's chosen assault, it's not as defensive, so we need to roll a 4 or more on these dice. Unfortunately, we failed with both of them, so the ATST takes 2 damage, so we place 2 damage tokens on it. This ATST can take 6 before it's blown up, so it survives this attack. And then as we move away from the defensive attack, we move on to assault. Now these ATSTs are vicious. In assault they're rolling 6 dice, and because they've got cannons, they only need 3 ups to hit. So we get a horrifying 6 hits and 2 6s. So we roll that for another 6, and that's it. So we've scored 7 whopping hits on that Rebel unit. Poor Rebel unit. Now luckily they chose defensive stance, so we get to roll their armor, taking each of these 7 hits. Because their armor isn't great, they need 5s or more. So we've got 1 and a 6, which we roll again, which gives us another 6, brilliant, so we roll again. Okay, so at the moment, they've only scored 3 successes. So let's spend that order token to re-roll any of those dice and see if we can improve this. Unfortunately, it's not good enough. Our Rebel unit takes 4 hits, which kills them all. Then you'd end the turn, start another strategy phase, and on you'd go until the end of the game.